I've lived in Minnesota my entire life, and I've never felt community like I do now. I've never felt included. I've never felt so happy walking down the street and saying hi to strangers. You sense the change in bodies and in the community, in society. You feel the revolution. We're part of a movement. I feel like this was the tipping point for us, and honestly, every day has been so beautiful, you know, going through the marches and seeing how many people are donating and, you know, trying to put their time and efforts and money into helping. We're all going through a pandemic. I don't have a job right now, but all of my energy is going towards this bigger cause right now. Like, I've never felt so selfless. I have no excuse not to be here.
Hi, I'm Mark. I'm a producer for Tomorrow Together. I'm usually the one behind the camera asking questions, recording interviews, and editing these videos. I'm also a photojournalist documenting my community for the Star Tribune.
I can't breathe! What in the fuck is wrong with y'all? We can't breathe! You wonder why this shit happens? Because y'all do this shit! The fuck is y'all problem?
3 weeks ago, George Floyd died under the knee of a Minneapolis police officer. His killing sparked a wave of unrest that rocked the city for days. The fires that burned in the heart of Minneapolis were extinguished, but thousands of Minnesotans stayed in the streets demanding justice for Floyd's killing and an honest conversation about racism in America. Today, all 4 officers involved in George Floyd's death face charges. The Minneapolis Police Department is the subject of a state civil rights investigation, and city leaders are calling for radical changes to our model of policing. In the middle of all this, the site where Floyd was killed at 38th and Chicago has been transformed into a community gathering space where neighbors can grieve, heal, and ask each other, how did we get here? Is this really a tipping point for racial justice in America? And how can we move forward together?
When I heard about the incident, you know, I was like, another man dead, no justice will be served. It's going to be business as usual, right? That was my initial reaction to the situation. And then when I came out, I was proven wrong.
George Floyd! George Floyd! George Floyd! George Floyd!
People from all walks of life, man. Different races came out. People were frustrated, you know. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, you know, this might lead to something positive here. A week later, we heard that all the officers are charged. I believe that happened because of what was taking place. People are really pissed off about, you know, what happened to George Floyd, but it's not only that. People are pissed off about what happens every day here, you know, in the States, you know. I mean, look around, you know, you see all these names, you know, you know, it makes you wonder, you know, were justice served here, you know, maybe a couple of cases, you know, but the rest of them, you know, how many cases are out there, you know, that we don't know about?
We have the burden upon us. See, we have the burden of 3 pandemics: Corona, police killings, and poverty. All 4 are non-fail. Rest is not a condition. There's work to be done.
Keep hope!
Alive! George Floyd! Alive to George Floyd! Alive to George Floyd!
I live on the corner, and this is a good change for Minnesota. I've seen changes for 40 years in this neighborhood. Even though this was a tragic thing happened, this was a good thing that happened because it put Minnesota on the map. As a matter of fact, it put black people on the map. As a matter of fact, it puts we the people on the map. I'm allergic to knees on the neck. Racism is a learned behavior. You gotta be taught to be a racist. And then it becomes like a cancer and it spreads. And the only way you can get rid of it is you gotta cut it out.
With the video that came out of George Floyd, I don't see any way that anybody can watch that and have any other perspective other than the man was murdered.
I think this is way different. I mean, this was an unarmed black man. There were 4 cops, and there were, citizens around him filming him and telling him to stop. And it's not like it wasn't a split-second decision. This guy had almost 9 minutes to say, is what I'm doing right or wrong?
It's a reminder of that kind of change that we need, the kind of discomfort that we need to feel in order for that change to happen. This street in particular is incredibly emotional because it's just that reminder of how long these things have been going on and how many people they've really impacted.
Minnesota's a great state, and I love Minnesota, but when it comes to racial disparity, it's one of the worst states in the nation, and I think that just needs to be fixed. I think the time is now.
This is the best thing I've ever seen, and I'm 63 years old. And I've never seen a community come together like this. Everything that's happening all over the world, these people are outrageous, and God bless them all, for coming together at a moment in this in time.
I watched it on TV, and it pulled at a heartstring that I didn't know I had. And I knew that when I saw that everybody saw what I saw. Knowing that everybody was feeling the same way at the same time.
That's something to be proud of.
That's what made it so different.
That's something for the world to be proud of.
That we all got a chance to witness that.
And to come together as one.
And now we can make that change that should have been here years ago.
We will sing and shout victory. We will sing and shout victory.
I came down here because my poppy said that I needed to see this because it's like history. And I was all like, well, why don't I just see it for myself?
She needs to see the struggle and the pains and the love and all that. And so many emotions that we're dealing with. And so I wanted her to really absorb that so she can give back to the next generation going forward. When you see people coming together of all races, of all colors, it's about the spirit of the person, man. It's not about the color of your skin, it's about what's in your spirit. And people right now, I think they have a spirit of hope. Let's keep moving forward, man. Let's not forget this. Let's not forget all those before us that passed away and lost their lives or given their lives so that we could have a moment such as this.
In the coming weeks and months, we're going to dig deeper into what this moment means for our community. How do we process communal grief and trauma? What does the future of policing look like? How did we get here in the first place? And how can we move forward together? As always, let us know what you think down in the comments and subscribe for future videos. Thanks for watching.